Continuing our discussion of the Luach HaIvri, the Hebrew calendar, we've already learned that the time lapse between one new moon and the next new moon, that's the beginning illumination of the beginning crescent, known as the Moled, is 29 days, 12 hours, and 793 chalakim, parts. The ancients, as we said, considered each hour made up of 1,080 parts. Now, considering the fact that the time lapse between one moled to the other moled is 29 days and 12 hours, and since you can't have a month which does not have full days, every Jewish month is either 29 days or 30 days. We've had that in previous discussion. So considering if a beginning of a Rosh Chodesh falls on a particular day of the week, let's say a Sunday, you're going to have 4 full weeks that pass, 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, so that would each fall down on a Sunday. And then the next month would either fall on either a Monday or a Tuesday. So if you take a look at the pattern of how the Rosh Chodeshim fall in a particular year, I've supplied to you a calendar starting in Nisan and going through Adar. You see a pattern. The first one, Nisan, starts on Shabbat, and then there's a 2-day jump till Monday, and then the next Sivan is Tuesday, and then Tammuz, it jumps from Tuesday to Thursday, that's 2 days, and then Tammuz to Av jumps from Thursday to Friday, that's 1 day. Elul goes from Friday to Sunday, that's 2. Tishrei is then from Sunday to Monday, that's 1. So if you go through it, you see that because each month is either 29 or 30 days, that the next Rosh Chodesh generally falls 1 or 2 days in the week after the previous one. Now, let's say we wanted to calculate exactly when the moled of 1 month would fall if we knew the moled of the previous month. So let's just give for an example, let's take Tevet, and let's just make up one. Let's say that the moled of Tevet took place on Tuesday, so we'll call this Yom Gimel, which is Tuesday, Yom Shalishi. And the hour of the day, let's see if I can bring this a little bit closer so you can see it a little bit better. The hour of the day was the 7th hour of the day. And I guess I'll write this a little bit thicker. There. So hopefully you're able to see that a little bit better. Gimel, this is Gimel, the 3rd day of the week, and the 7th hour of the day. And let's say 421 chalakim. So let's just say, for example, that the moled of Tevet took place on Tuesday, Yom Shlishi, during the 7th hour of the day, and 421 chalakim into that hour. Okay? And now what we're interested in doing is finding what is the next month after Tevet. It's Shvat. So when would be, how could we calculate the moled of Shvat? Now, if you want, you could add 29 days, because we know that the time lapse from moled to moled is 29 days, 12 hours, and 793 chalakim. However, bear in mind, of those 29 days, you really don't care about 28 days, because each 7 days you fall back to the same day of the week. So if you had the moled of Tevet falling on a Tuesday, so to say 28 days, if it was 28 days and not 29, you would know that it would fall on a Tuesday, provided that you weren't even thinking about the 12 hours and the 793 chalakim. If you were just thinking about days, you would say, well, 28 days falls on the same day a week. So if we're saying that the time between moled is 29 days, the only thing that really concerns us is the difference, what's known as Yitrat HaChodesh, the the additional amount over the 28 days, which makes the difference between month to month in the moled. That's what we're really concerned about, the Yitrat HaChodesh. So there, the Yitrat HaChodesh is 1 day, because 29 minus 28 is 1, 12 hours and 793 chalakim. So if we added the Yitrat HaChodesh to this 37421, we'll do it this way. 1 day, add 1 day, 12 hours, and 793 halakim. Okay, so we've just added to the Tuesday, hour 7, 421 halakim. We have added 1 day, which is the Yitrat HaChodesh, 12 hours, and 793 halakim. Let's add this up and see what happens. So the moled of Shvat ostensibly would be, and let's take this through till the end, Daled, Wednesday, and I'll move away so that you can see this, 19 hours, 4, 7 and 5 is 12. Okay. So we would come up with Daled, Wednesday, 19th hour, and 1,214 halakim. Now, does that sit right with you? Do you see a problem with any one of those numbers? Well, how many hours are there in a day? 24. So 19 hours is a part of a day. So I don't have to add another day over here because I end up with 19 hours. But what is a total hour in halakim? 1,080. So 1,214 is more than 1,080. By how much? Well, let's subtract and find out. Eight from 11 is 3. 1 from 2 is 1. It's 134 halakim. So actually, of the 1,214 halakim, we add another hour. And then we're left with 134 halakim. So we would change this 19, we would add this 1 hour of halakim, and we would make this 20. And then the difference, the leftover halakim, would be 134 halakim. So, by knowing that the moled of Tevet was on Tuesday, the 7th hour, 421 halakim, and adding the Yitrat HaChodesh of 1 day, 12 hours, and 793 halakim, we come up with Daled, the 4th day of the week, Wednesday, the 20th hour, and 134 halakim. Let's just go one more month. Tevet, Shvat, Adar. When would the moled of Adar take place? Okay. Well, we add the Yitrat HaChodesh. 1, 12, 793. Okay. Well, Wednesday plus 1 is Thursday. Wednesday plus 1 is Thursday. 20 hours plus 12 hours is 32 hours. And 134 and 793 halakim is 927 halakim. Now hold it. Again, let's take a look at this. Wednesday in 32 hours is no longer, Thursday in 32 hours is no longer Thursday, because there are 24 hours in a day. Accordingly, 24 from 32 is 8 hours. So we add a day to Thursday and we make it Friday. Friday. This is a vav, it's not a 1. And 24 from 32 is 8. So the moled of Adar, is Friday, the 8th hour, 927 halakim into the 8th hour. We've learned before that because of the time lapse of 29 days and 12 hours, the Jewish calendar is made up of alternative months of 29 days and 30 days. So in the Jewish calendar, generally it's set except for 2 months that are variable. In fact, the months of Nisan, Sivan, Av, Tishrei, Shabbat, all have 30 days. And the months of Iyar, Tammuz, Elul, Tevet, and Adar all have 29 days. Now the months of Cheshvan and Kislev, it depends on the type of year. There's 3 types of years. One which is called a Chasera, a year which is Chasera. Both Cheshvan and Kislev will have 29 days. In a year which is called Shlema, a full year, Chasera means deficient, Shlema means full, then Cheshvan and Kislev will both have 30 days. In a year which is called Kisidra, according to its regular order, Cheshvan will have 29 days, and Kislev will have 30 days. And remember, 29 days is called Chazer, and 30 days is called Moleh.